primary ones we use here, the two, are a finger on the top and a brush grip. The brush grip will look like that. It rests between the two fingers here, and you brush as you release. Slow the rotation of the knife. Brush as you release. That grip there. Finger on the top. This grip will help you to push the knife, slide however you release. That's finger on top grip. End of the knife sits right in the palm. Guys, let's talk about adjustments for no spin throwing. We're going to use a spike here. The spike is going to hit the target if you're throwing no spin style one of three ways, just like spin style throwing. It's going to stick straight in, it's going to hit the target handle up, or it's going to hit the target handle down. The difference between no spin throwing and spin style throwing, there's a lot of them, but as far as adjustments go, they're a lot different. But when you throw it handle up, handle down, or straight in, the same thing is really happening in spin style and no spin style. It's either spinning too much if it's handle up, or it's not spinning enough if it's handle down. So the adjustment is to keep it easy. If it's handle up, you need to brush more on release, slide more on release, or push more on release, or whatever technique you use to slow the rotation. That's what you should do. If it's handle up, you need to slow the rotation more. The angle of that spike back more on release. If it's handle down, you need to brush less. Let the weapon, knife, spike, whatever you're throwing, let it turn more. Let it turn on release rather than brushing so much on release. Let it turn more on release. If it is handle down, it's underspun, just like spin style. It's underspun. The adjustment, however, is to let it turn more on release. Let it turn more on release. Let up on your technique a little bit and let it turn, and it'll go straight in. So in review, handle up, brush more. Handle down, brush less. Slow the rotation, you're going to have to either push or brush on a weapon. Push or brush. Slide, that is what's going to slow down the rotation, is what you really need to do. You need to get, in other words, you need to get the point away from the target at release. And depending on your distance, that's going to change the angle of your weapon. If you're at 3 feet away, you're going to throw, your release point is pretty much going to be just like this. You're not going to brush at all. You're just going to let go, and it's going to turn from 3 feet. From 12 feet, the release might be more like this. That might be different for everybody, but the idea is that the farther away you are, the point is going to be farther, the weapon is going to be angled farther back, the farther back you go at release. The weapon is going to be angled farther back at release, the farther back you are. The closer you are, the more the point's going to be angled toward the target. So release will be at different angles depending on the distance you are from the target. Hope that helps. With spin throwing, it's just like this. And with my no spin throwing, it's the same form and motion. Same form and motion, except this is different. Instead of this, it's this. But everything else is the same. The back foot is only coming up on the ball of the foot. The weight's the same way, transferred to the front leg. Same thing. So I use the same style in spin throwing as I do in no spin throwing, with the exception, which is huge, I use more of a brushing at release. You have to. So brushing at release. Have fun with that. Hope it helps. Enjoy and train hard.